Hey, are you ready? We are live today. It's Coach Manny, and I hope you're going to join us here shortly because we're excited about today's program. And if you stay, we got a great product for you. And if you're watching it on replay, of course, that great product's already out there on the link, I think. So let me get started here. Oh, I know what I did. I goofed up here, didn't I? I did. There we go. Am I still live with you? Uh-oh. We got a froze screen? We're okay. Good. Let's see. I'm just trying to get everything set up here so we can get rolling. It is, of course, per usual, great to have you here. And so today we're going to talk about how to define your target market. And of course, at the end, we're going to have a link to that free course. And so please stay with us. I'm Coach Manny, and I help organizations to increase their sales. That's basically what I do. We do that through helping them use technology to eliminate all that stuff that's done manually today and using it to speed up the process and to close more business, to get the marketing and sales process working. We help you build the strategy. We help you build the tactics. And of course, there's always that counting and accountability. So it's great to have you all with us today. The question for today is, do you have a good handle on your target market and markets? Because some of you I know out there have multiple target markets. So let me get popped up here, right? Who do you go after? And if you want to share that with us, come on in and share with us. Just tell us who you go after. And maybe I'll use some of that in today's lesson as we go along. Also, I'd ask you if you please share this live broadcast with anybody in your network out there. That'd be great because we'd love to have more people on. Just some shout outs to those who are with us: Louis, Curtis, Karen. Hey, good to have you here. It's Friday with the Coach, and we got a great program. We're on a mission here to give you some great tools over the next month that you can use in your process. And I think all of them are actually going to be with no cost. So please join us every Friday. Again, today we're going to be talking about how to define that target market. So I guess we should get started, right? Because I don't want to keep you too long. I know everyone out there has got a whole bunch of other things to do. So let's get started with, and there's 3 points I want to share with you today about the target market. Number one, I want you to understand what a target market is. What is a target market? And so let me look up here and just so you can see. And all the stuff that I'm talking about today is all in the course that we're going to offer you at the back end. And note also that there's over an hour there's an hour video, and I think there's another hour of video. So there's plenty there. So if building your target market is something that has got you, that you really want to get moving with, then this is the place to be. So the goals, that's the goal for today. First of all, to show you what is a target market. So I went to Wikipedia, of course, and what does Wikipedia tell me? It's a group of customers towards which a business has decided to aim its marketing efforts and ultimately its merchandise. A well-defined target market is the first element in a marketing strategy, in which that's kind of what I'm always stressing as well. The first thing we have to do is we have to define, what does that target look like? And Wikipedia puts it very simple and very clear. And if you don't have this, if I ask you, and I love to do this to people, if I ask you, who is your target? Tell me what you can about them. And people hesitate because they're not really sure what that means. They don't have it formally in writing. They don't have it well defined. And we were working on some Facebook campaigns, and one of the things, Facebook's a very powerful tool when it comes to advertising, but you have to understand who you're going after and what you're going to do and how you're going to make it happen. So let's get started. I'm running a little late today. As you can tell, the preparation isn't as good as it should be. But that's what, if I ask you what your target market is, and fine, those of you who do networking out there, you should know this. I mean, you should be able to define this whenever you're talking to anybody, saying, I go after people in the computer industry. I go after insurance people. I go after entrepreneurs. I go after millennials. How fast can you define it? But let's go on to question 2, which will clear that up a little bit more for you. And I just got to there we go. Okay. Question 2 really is, and just before I go there, let me back up 1 second and tell you that if you got a real defined target market, share it with me up there. Put it on the board there, and we'll see what we can do to help you. But question number 2, or point number 2 today is, what are you talking about? Give me some examples of a target market. Now, the key element in this course is that we make you sit down and we make you work through what it is that you're going after. That's why we give it to you, because we want you, if you can start with this, you can increase your sales. I'm going to tell you right now, if you really understand and have built your target market tremendously, then you're going to be amazed at what happens to your sales numbers. So let me bring up here, and again, as I stated earlier, all this stuff is in the course. So we look at stuff like, I target, what's the position you target? Are you going after people at like marketing managers? Are you going after facilities people? Are you going after CEOs? Are you going after, who is the person? So we always like to start with, who is the person? Let me put that down here just in the comment, the person. Who is the person that you're going after? And then number 2 is, what size of companies are you going after? Let's think about it for a minute. Do you go after Fortune 500? I mean, I've been in that market where we sold to Fortune 500. It's different than going after a company where who has 5 or 10 or 20 employees. It's different than going after somebody who has 5 or 10 million in sales if you're going after somebody who has in the billions or hundreds of billions. So that's really important. So who are you going after as far as position? Who are you going after as far as size? Some of you in the technology field today going after, and that's just how many particular, what do they call it today, stations or devices. How many devices does a company have? We used to be able to do that by saying how many PCs, but that's not relative anymore. Another indicator, how many employees? If you're selling something like benefits or insurance or something, you might want to really understand, I'm going after companies with this many employees. So we can always look at that. What's the business that you're going after? What businesses are you going after? Are you going after technology businesses? Are you going after healthcare? And even once you get in there, like I was working with a client the other day and we were talking about going after healthcare, but healthcare is like huge, right? So you really need to bring it down and you need to define it a little clearer. And in healthcare, you can spend a lot of time saying, hey, we're going after healthcare, and then we're going after healthcare institutions, and then we're going after hospitals, and then we're going after hospitals that are this size, and we're going after hospitals in this geography. Those are all the things that you need to look at when you're defining that target market. So those are the kind of things. There's many more things. And what we do in a course is we actually run you through a process of doing that. And I'm going to share one of the examples out of the course with you as we approach question number 3 here today. And again, if you have targets or you have a question, we'll take a few questions today. I'm not, I usually only like to go about 15, 20 minutes. But if you have a question, this is an important piece. So just throw it up there, and if I can get to it, I will. All right, point number 3 is, what does a target market really look like? So let's go look at a couple examples here. Let me bring them up. All right, let's say, and I don't want to use that one. Let's see. Let's say you're a printing company. Let's try that one for example. So if you're a printer, who do you go after? Well, first of all, an example could be I go after CFOs and purchasing people. So if I'm a printer, those are the people within an organization that I go after. I'm looking for companies in the $5 to $25 million of sales business. I'm looking for companies with less than 100 employees. And what I'm going to tell them basically is we can handle all their printing needs, but that's another subject. So can I get even finer than that? Because that's still probably, if even too big. So now let me add geographic in there. So I'm going after the CFO, the purchasing in companies with from 5 to 25 million in sales with under 100 employees in the industry. Yeah. I mean, people say, are you kidding me? We need to go after everybody. But what I want to share with you, one of the reasons we do the target market is because it makes you the expert. If I'm a printer and I only go after healthcare, I've now become a healthcare printer, haven't I? And now everybody in the healthcare industry says, I'm looking for a printer. You got to deal with these guys. They're in the healthcare industry. Now, one thing you got to learn is that target market doesn't mean you can't sell to anybody comes in the door. It just means your strategy is you're going after a certain group of people and you're spending your marketing dollars there, and you're going to get a greater bang for the buck. It is just so amazing. If I'm a technology company, let's just do another quick example here because I have a few minutes, and then we'll wrap up and give you access to the free course today. So I'm a business owner or a CFO. Let's say I'm a technology company, and those are the people that I'm going to go after, and I'm looking for companies in the $500,000 to $5 million market. See, again, that's a different market. I'm looking for people geographically in southern New Jersey or in Center City, Philadelphia, or in New York City. I'm looking for companies with over 50 devices but under 200. You see how we define that? That is how you define your target market. Now, I understand that I've given you a very high level of that, of course. That's why we're giving you the free course today, right? I just wanted to get your thinking rolling. So let me see if I can find the link here. Of course, I can find the link. I'm just messing with you guys. But let me put this out here for you. Okay, there you have it. The free course today. And this thing is pretty good. And so actually it's excellent. Okay. So, and it's actually part of our W sales process, which we actually sell out there, which has 12 modules and all that. This is one of those modules, but it's tremendous. We got a couple great videos in there, has worksheets in there, everything you need. It's yours free. Just click on that link that we put up there, get your copy today, and take this little bit. You know, we've only given you a start of the target market, but I wanted to get your juices rolling. I wanted to get you thinking. I wanted to get you looking. Now, download your copy and then spend the next week defining that target market, because we may have another great little treat for you next Friday. You know, we're here every Friday and we're working on helping you build your sales process. That's what we do. If this isn't enough, you just get a hold of me, contact me. You know how to find me. It's on the course material. It's on my site. Just private message me, send me some information. We're here to help you, because we know that when we get that sales rocking, companies go to a different space. When your sales are moving, and I was working with one of my clients the other day whose sales are really going through the roof all of a sudden, and they're like, from compared to where this company was a couple of years ago, they're like rocking, and they're so excited, and the atmosphere there is all different. Well, I can tell you that process started by building strategy, and the strategy started by building the target market. So get your copy. Again, it's great to be here. We're here every Friday at noon, or at least we try to be. You know, we were thinking about we were going to be in the mountains today, but I think it's 65 degrees out there, so we're definitely not going to ski today. Hey, get out there, define your target market. If you need to get a hold of us, you know, the best way is there is my, and that should be com. That's the email, and then of course all the stuff is always out here on coachmanny.com. So that's just a couple other links for you. Hey, it's been great. Let me give you a shout out. Good to see you on the show today, Will. Let's see. I saw some other people. I've lost. Let me see. Oh, yeah, here we go. Let me see. Oh, I've lost that. But anyhow, I've seen a lot of good friends out there today. Good to see you on the show. Get your copy of this course. You know it's going to be top notch. That's all we produce. This is part of the W sales process. Get out there and start by building your target market. This is Coach Manny. Every Friday we're here. Have a great day and see you next week.